Alex is speaking on the eve of the West Bromwich Albion game. How have preparations been going?
Yeah, good. I think that it's always nice to have an extra training day. It gives us a bit of extra preparation. So, yeah, obviously quick turnaround Friday, Monday, and then we gave the lad a couple of days rest, and then they've been good to go. So, yeah, looking forward to the game.
How do you see the importance of the results and the performances over these last 5 games?
I think that we want to finish the season well. We want to finish on good momentum. We want to leave the fans with a good feeling coming into the season. We've got 2 back-to-back home games coming up. I think obviously the fact that the West Brom games carry such importance to the fans as well is important to us, so we need to make sure that we attack that. So yeah, I just think that what it does, hopefully, is it sets us up for a good summer. And what we don't want to do is, the last thing we want is the sort of season to peter out. So I think that's important.
How do you see the game against West Brom playing out from a tactical perspective?
Yeah, Carlos is very tactical in terms of his approach, very similar to myself in terms of how we go about our work. So it'll be a difficult game. I was disappointed in the last game. I didn't think I got it quite right in terms of how we played. So yeah, that'll be something we'll focus on for this game. And yeah, I think we've always had good battles when he was at sort of Huddersfield, even when he was working at Leeds as well. They've always been sort of really difficult matches.
Is the tactical aspect something you really enjoy?
Yeah, it's probably the side that I enjoy the most, in terms of how we're going to play, how we're going to press, how we're going to build, all that sort of stuff. But there are different layers to the game, but you need to do the basics well. You need to compete, you need to be willing to work, you need to be willing to run, and then you need to make sure you use the ball well and also hunt it in a manner which gives you the best chance of getting it back. So I think there's just so many different facets of the game you need to bring together to perform well.
Does the fact that West Brom have a chance of getting into the playoffs influence how you think the game might pan out?
I think the importance of the game, due to the fact that they've got a sellout sort of in terms of them bringing their fans up here, I think we'll have a really good fan turnout as well. They'll certainly have something to play for in that respect that you just mentioned. So yeah, I think it'll be a good game.
Just touching on one player in the side at the moment, Ben Wilmot. He's been at the heart of defence for the majority of the season, played alongside a few different partners. How would you assess his season?
I think Ben's got unbelievable tools. He's really quick, he's good in the ball. I think earlier in the season, he would perform well for probably 95% of the game and then maybe make one mistake. And sometimes you go through a spell where that costs you some goals. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Ben's. He's my type of centre-back in terms of the attributes that he's got, and I think he's got better and better as the seasons wore on. I think he's had to be adaptable in terms of playing on the left sometimes, playing on the right, playing next to different partners in variety of games as well. But I think he's got huge scope, and I'm hoping we'll see that over the next couple of seasons.
Talking of the defence, 3 clean sheets in your last 4, and in that time you've had 3 different centre-half partners. What does that kind of say about the players in the squad, that they're able to adapt to that sort of situation? I
think it just shows where our understanding is of what we're trying to do just now. I think that continuity is obviously a good thing, but the guys that I'm probably thinking off the top of my head that you're suggesting will be experienced players, the majority of them. So that'll be Axel, Jags and probably Foxy. Not bad partners to play next to. So guys that know the game, they know what their sort of roles and responsibilities are. And I think from a team perspective, in the main, defensively recently we've been pretty good.
With 5 games to go, do you feel as though you might be using the squad to have a look at some players before the end of the season?
Yeah, I think after probably Bristol second half, a little bit of Birmingham, I thought some of the lads look a little bit jaded. This is obviously an important game. We've given them a couple of days rest, so I'm expecting us to be refreshed for this one. And then I think the Wigan game, potentially we might look at sort of freshening a couple of positions up. I think there's some lads potentially due an opportunity to play. I think there's some other lads that maybe need a little bit of break. So we'll see how this game goes, and then we'll take it from there.
It's the first of back-to-back home games in front of the supporters here at the Bet365 Stadium. What sort of opportunities does that provide?
I think it provides every time you get an opportunity to play, you can go and sort of show people what you can do. I think that there's going to be every player really in the squads and different dynamics in terms of where they are in their sort of contract situation, where they are in their career, where they are in different aspects. So, but I think that motivation's equally strong, irrespective of what that sort of situation looks like. So we want to make sure we finish the season well. I think it provides us with an opportunity to make sure we try and build that confidence and that sort of relationship with the fans between now and the end of the season that we've managed to sort of forge over the last little bit, and we want to continue that. So I think all of that is really important, and obviously players will always want to perform well. It's just a natural aspect of being a professional sportsman.
You'll have no doubt of seen this week how the club's been celebrating the work of the Community Trust, and tomorrow's game is designated to the Community Trust. How much importance do you place on the fact of the players going out in the community and having a positive impact? Yeah,
I think that any sort of community trusts for every club is vitally important, because the players are role models. You know, everybody's been a kid where they went along and watched their team, and I think for the lads to get out there, show their support to great causes in and about the area, and obviously try to help as much as they can, I think that's vitally important. You know, and I think what it does do is it creates role models for kids coming through to have a look at and aspire to be one of the guys when they grow up.